Alright, lots of people have actually rung up and said, I've got my pocket hole jig and I want to make a project that's really quite simple. Now the best little project I could think of is a little stool, a nice little strong stool that you can stand on and see the strength of the screws and how to put it together. So we'll just go through this. I've got all the sizes here that you can see and how many pieces that you need to actually put a the stool together. Now when you're working out putting something together like this, you see where you need to actually drill your holes. Now your little pockets only need to be done in this piece of timber, which is your rail, and this piece of timber. You don't need to put pockets in the legs and you don't need to put pockets in the top. The screw will actually drive into that. So all you have to do to start with is to pick up your two pieces of wood here that you're going to use for your rails. Oops. Now, you always look at your timber and see which side is going to be facing out, and you look for the better piece of timber. So I like, see it's a little bit of chipping on this edge here. So what I'll do is this part will be facing out. So that means I need to drill the holes on this side. So I'm going to just put a little mark there where I'm going to put a pocket here and here. And I'm going to put a pocket here and here. Now I need to also work out where I'm going to put the pockets to join it onto the top of your little table. So what I suggest is probably about here and here. Now if you want to, you can actually measure it out exactly what you want, but as long as the spaces are pretty equal is the best way to go. Same with this one here, there's a little bit of chipping on here. Mark here, one there, one there, one there, and one there. Now if you haven't preset your jig, make sure that that clamps in nice and tight. I'm looking at about that space, so I'll sit it here. I could widen that a little bit more there and tighten that up. Just a matter of standing that up like that, clamping it on. You only need to drill in the first holes when you only need to drill in one of them. You don't drill in both, just in one when you're actually doing the long part. Naturally, when we were doing the ends, you drill it in the both of them. That's your first one done. You do exactly the same with your second piece. Alright, so we've just put our pocket holes in, and it's up to what you want to do now to make it look just that little bit better than normal. The first thing you could do is round these little corners so it's not going to be a sharp corner. The other thing I've done here is I've just put this little round bit under here just to make it look a little bit nicer. So what I've done is I've pre-cut that, but that's up to you. You don't need to do that. And the same here. You can work out your own design of what you want to do at the bottom here. Now for the actual assembly of this, we're actually going to be putting the legs onto the rails. Now when you're doing that, you can actually make it completely level, so you can put it together right level with here. But what I always suggest is that you leave just a small little edge here, so then if you are a little bit out, you don't notice it as much. And what you do there, all you're doing is putting a little bit of ply, a little bit of 3mm ply just under here before you actually put it together. That's your 3mm ply. Now make sure that you've got your pockets facing upward here, because that's the bottom of your stool. That's the top of your stool. You need to screw that into the actual top of your screw of your stool. Now you just need to make sure you're centering this now, so measuring around the outside edges, 35mm. Going to move that over a little bit there. And on the ends, just move it a little bit down. Now this is towards the end of your first little project. Now you've made your first little project. Just a matter now of just sanding it down, sanding it all over. Maybe you want to paint it, or you want to put a stain or a clear lacquer on it, and your little project's finished. I hope that can help you.